Hello and welcome back. Second game on the card. Round 17. I'm Peter Parthimos. I'm joined here by Alex Sivkarovsky. Alex, what a big game. First versus last. Now, people would say, why would that be a big game? Why is it a big game, Alex?
Well, it's a game where this is a chance for Pascoval. If they don't win here tonight, it's pretty much all over for this season. They will get relegated. There's no other way to put it. First time in the club's history that they will get relegated. And what a way to do it against your old foes, against Fitzroy. These two teams have battled hard over a number of years, and it's all coming down tonight. You can see the graphics there. Paul Vidic, he's going to have to pull all his years of experience out and pull a rabbit or something out of the hat and really cause an upset tonight because...
Well, the reports are, Alex, that he's not actually here tonight.
Oh, wow.
He's unavailable tonight, but this Paul Vidic came into the competition back in 2009 with Ashburton, a Victorian squad. He moved over to Pascoval. He's won 9 titles with Pascoval. He's only not won one. He's been very successful. 3 FAFLs, which were the Series Futsal Australia, countless FIS Cups, Clubs Cups, League Cups, you name it,
all, yeah.
He's won it. And there's only one thing he hasn't got on his name, and that's getting relegated.
Well,
tonight.
It could very be Fitzroy coming off a hot form. They've done a number last night against Camberfield and again last week against Camberfield. So they're in fine scoring form, and it's now up to basically the man Mountain Douglas Lindbergh. He's got to have the game of his life, and everyone else has to follow up. So this is a huge chance. Moreland will be watching this one closely, hoping that Pascoval can cause the upset as we see the players walking out to the race now. And look, if there's ever a game you're going to put your neck on the line, this is where Pascoval need to do it. They need to put everything into this game and somehow cause an upset and survive another week, shall we say.
Yeah, Pascoval have had very close games the last few weeks, apart from round 15 where they got blown out towards the end against Western Wolves. They need to keep this game very close all night if they've got a chance. They've got a quite handy lineup. Players that you've got to look out for, Gira and
Stefan
Ristic and Santiago, just to name a few. They've got to have big games today.
Yeah, big outs, Maurizio Novak and Lucas Vaz. Just got to wonder if they were in the team, what difference they would have made. But nevertheless, they've got quality players there. You can see the 2 captains, Berard Bezapour and Scotty Rogan.
Yep, our 2 officials in the middle of the beautiful shield there on the left is Michael Tsiaris and Kostas Gatsis there. Fitzroy coming off a big win last night, putting Camberfield away and booking their spot in the Clubs Cup. They're in the hunt for the treble still. They've got the Clubs Cup final. They've got still top of the ladder in Series Futsal at round 17. And then we've got the FIS Cup.
Yep.
They might be able to do a massive treble this season as we would have to say as champions, as former champions.
Yep.
You don't know. Alex Sivkarovsky might be some history here for the Tigers.
It could very be. They were a bit unlucky, I think, last season. They unfortunately weren't able to get the Triple Crown. They were looking at going for 3 straight wins. Only 2 other clubs have done it, Pascoval being one, Carlton being the other. They weren't able to do that, so they've got that in back of their mind that they want to get that title back. And starts tonight. They've got 4 big finals to go, and they're not going to worry about FOS Cup. They're not going to worry about any other cup. It's just going to be these games that matter. Once they secure these games, then they know they'll focus on the other games.
Absolutely. No, Rodrigo Faria, he's out there barking out instructions tonight. They've got the UFC fighter there, as in Araujo. Look, no one's going to pick Pascoval tonight. There is no shadow of a doubt that Fitzroy are hot favourites. If you were a bookie, what odds would you give either way here?
What, for Pascoval to win? Or?
Yeah, Pascoval to win.
None.
You'd be in the minus.
Buckley's chance to win. I think if they can keep it under 5 goals, that's a win for them. But we've got, like I said, it's a big game. We've got the good crowd online. We've got people watching all the way from Malaysia, Pete. That's how big Series Futsal is.
It's just going to get bigger.
Maybe need to change the Series Futsal worldwide.
Well,
maybe soon.
There's
or World Series
World
Futsal.
Series Futsal. There's been talks about Super Sixes. Sivkarovsky, about 6 teams battling it out. We're trying to put all the infrastructure in place. It's early doors here. We had a big stoppage for about 2 years here in Melbourne. They had us locked down, but we're back out. They've released, taken the shackles off us.
They have.
And we're ready to go. And Sivkorowski, we've got handy when the last time these two teams met in round 10, I believe, Sivkorowski, the score was a 4-1 win to Fitzroy. Now, 4-1 is no shame because Fitzroy are the title favourites at the moment. They've been putting everyone to the sword. The first game they did play back in round 3, I believe. Fitzroy won 10-0.
Yes,
So,
so
big uphill battle here as we get this game underway.
as we can see now, Scotty Rogan continue on from last night. Elias Parfabos, Big H, Harry Robotis there, man of the match performance yesterday. Andre Cara and Tyler Lewis. And for Pascaval, they've got Kira Bilinski, Berhard Bezaport, Stefan Ristic, Sergei Ruiz, and a big man Mountain, Douglas Lindbergh in goals. So if there's ever a chance and maybe they can cause a big upset, they've got to do it tonight here. They do. It gives everyone else a chance. Moreland, even Camberfield, Pete, for a small sniff.
Still mathematically got a sniff here. Pascaval got all the work in front of him tonight, and we did say no Paul Vidic at the helm tonight. We've got also no Mauricio Novak, no Lucas Vass, and no Jai Vidic as well.
Yes, big outs, huge outs.
A lot of players not in there. As Ruiz trying to get it underway, Ristic trying to turn Scott Rogan, and whoever joined last night in the Clubs Cup would have seen Fitzroy go down 3-0 in the first half, only to kick 9 unanswered goals. That was ridiculous second half.
Oh, it's we were shell-shocked here last night. We fought 3-0, Camberfield looking good. Game, you couldn't say the game was over, but that second half was probably the best half of futsal we've seen Fitzroy play. They put 9 unanswered goals. They made Camberfield look like they were a state league team, really. Yeah. They just put them away with ease. And Big Harry Robotis, as we said, he was due for a big game, and he did. He come up trumps. And now,
well, you did call her last night, Sivkorowski. Yeah. The question was asked, who do we have to look out for? You did say look out for the Stone Cold Big H. Stone Cold Big H. She done it with ease.
Good tackle.
Danced around Mason Abdallah and put one away. Oh, and a good start there. And Lewis had to pull off a big save as
Ristic.
Smile from Ristic.
Yes, and Stone, like you mentioned, Stone Cold in interview there, showed no emotion, just back to business. Knew
Stone
what his
Cold.
role was.
Nice crowds come in, and Lindbergh, the big Viking, at the dive to his left to keep Scott Rogan the flashity flash. The non-whinger, I've been told he is now.
Non-whinger,
that's the new word they said. That's what's been going around.
Since, when was that, 8 o'clock this evening? Or?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to get involved in politics here. There's a lot said on the socials. I can't keep up with it, Sivkorowski.
Oh, there's just too much froth on all the socials. You can't keep up to date.
The community was very impressed last night with the commentary team. You and Michael Chavallo calling it. The Voice was fantastic all last night. I was at home watching it as well.
Just in awe.
I was just thinking to myself, I might as well just stay home from now on because it was brilliant to watch, and I hope everyone out there who tuned in last night. Doesn't mean you don't come here and watch it. You can always watch the replay.
That's right, and we got great feedback, so we want to thank everyone that did give us the feedback. Sometimes we don't get anything, but when we do get it, we acknowledge it, and we want to thank all those people that did give us that feedback. It's great to hear from the community, and it's only going to get better, Pete, as we always say.
It is going to get better. There's a lot still in the pipeline. We've just come back after getting whipped from pillar to post for the last 2 years here in Melbourne. We're back now, Sivkorowski.
We are.
And we're looking for a massive end of the 2022.2 season and a massive 22-23 season coming up. There will be some massive announcements. It's going to froth everyone at the mouth so hard that we might have to put them on. We have to put a dog collar on most people. Keep them under control.
Do we have any like
Parthimos?
Oh, and he squeezes it through there. Elias Parthimos got the fancy footwork going. Sent Lindbergh the long way, and they've opened up a scoring 1-0 to Fitzroy.
Son of a gun there.
Son of a gun, Pete, as he's known.
Scotty Rogan with the assist. He'll take that.
Yeah.
And Lindbergh slides a long way and right under the Viking.
Caro now.
Could be another
Caro! And he makes it 2.
Tails are up and Pascal will go down 2-0 in the space of about 25 seconds.
And Andre Caro continuing on from last night. Let's have a look. Our media team will be busy tonight as Caro there sending the hot dogs. And a good finish there from Andre Caro.
I'll tell you what, the doctor is turning back the time. He's wolfing a big opportunity there by Billy Ansky. Billy Ansky, he was not too far away, but Andre Caro, we've talked about his Pascoe Vale merits and how well he's played, winning the 9 titles there, 10 titles there. Most coveted, one of the most coveted players in the competition. But he's setting a new standard. He's only 30 years old. He's got plenty of time. He's playing some unbelievable futsal. I think we haven't seen the best out of Caro still. I think he's got a lot to offer.
I still think, yeah, like you said, a very young age. He's still got a number of years to go. And maybe being a father's rejuvenated him a little bit.
Well, he's going to have to impress the youngster, and he's got to play for
He's
another 10 or so years.
Got to show him the highlights on video, otherwise it might be just all talk, Dad. But
well, that's what I'm all talk. I'm going to videos. I've got some old DVDs and HSV tapes.
Do they have the tapes? Do they have the recorders they have them around?
We've got everything in the studio here. We're going to bring them up one day. You're going to see the magic of the gun. But right now, just kick back and enjoy what we've got on show here on the main arena here at Series Futsal Arena. It's only going to get better from here onwards. There's a big shot there by Ruiz. Barthmos tries to feed the stone cold Big H.
You going to give us any hints, Peter, about some of the changes?
Well, look, I must say that some of the changes next year, there will be involving the whole of Australia. Ooh. And something along the lines of what we've called the Super Sixers. As a massive, beautiful goal there, right through everyone.
Allen there, that was just something out of a textbook play.
Non-preferred.
Let's have a look at the replay here. As he started it off here, Josh Allen went back. Scotty Rogan, lovely ball, and Big H there through the legs and quick touch and through the K-hole again, and Lindbergh didn't have any time to react at all, and just like that, it's 3-0 here.
And Ristic just showing us through the legs. If you look back at the replay later on, you'll see he reenacts where the ball went right through the K-hole. And, some of the big things happening. We mentioned Super Sixers quite often, Sivkarovsky. So how do you fit 10 top players in 6 squads? That's 60 of the best players in Australia. And there will be some talent from overseas as well.
Overseas talent.
So not easy to get a spot in the Super Sixers. It'll be on for young and old.
Wow.
There will be some type of drafting recorded event.
Are we going to have like a sort of like the NBA where,
you're stretching it now. We can't say too much. We've got to keep it quiet.
Well, I've got to get the people, just frothing a little bit. We're going to have you, Chief, up there saying pick number 1 from Team X.
We've got to be careful how much we're still going to have people knocking on the door up here.
Oh, look, we've had everyone come up here at the players, coaches.
It'll be big, I'll tell you. It will be. There will be players disappointed, put it that way.
Oh, look, if you want to be the best, you've got to have some disappointment. As it's going to be a foul here at Scotty Rogan.
Just imagine, Sivkarovsky, we've said already too much, but just imagine 6 managers with their assistants, with an open checkbook to bring any player.
Checkbooks.
But the catch is that there's only 10 players they can produce.
So only 10 players per team.
With a couple of emergencies, with strict conditions.
Whoa.
And we're talking about all over Australia. It will be a competition that runs for a small period of time, but it will be the new format for Series Futsal Australia, which may morph into World Series eventually.
Is this separate from Series Futsal or running at the same time?
No, it'll be Series Futsal.
It'll be Series Futsal
Australia.
So this is sort of like this Super League that's they're trying to create overseas in the Champions League. This is going to supersede it,
This will supersede any futsal ever seen in the Australasia.
Like nothing's ever seen before.
Nothing ever seen before.
It's
almost hard to even talk about it.
Because you got people frothing at the mouth at the moment. They want more. These people, they're hungry for futsal, Pete. They're hungry.
They're going to lose their minds, put it that way, Sivkarovsky. Oh! This one just wide there as Ristic trying to put it into the Spiders' home, but couldn't put it away. 3-0 the score now. It's the opposite effect here last night. Fitzroy in the first half, down 3-0. Now they've turned the screws 3-0 up.
Well, they've got to be careful. They can't switch off.
I think the quality of Fitzroy won't allow that to happen. And Rodrigo Faria, he's got a big job to do here.
Got big shoes to fill. As we see now. Oh, and it's going to be a back pass there. So what a mistake that was.
And set play coming here. The Tigers, Fitzroy Tigers, will be looking to set something up. Not sure why both teams are wearing white shorts today. Sivkarovsky.
Have to chat to a third official there.
We've got to talk to the commissioner.
Yeah, Joseph Ocon.
Both teams wearing white shorts, and there's a bit of a clash. Lucky there's bright colours that break it up.
Scotty Rogan now, he has a pick of Josh Allen or son of a gun. He goes to the son of a gun, he plays it off, and Josh Allen just buries that one to make it 4-0, and Fitzroy are cruising.
Scary stuff, Sivkarovsky.
Yep, it's still got another 12.5 minutes left to go. Let's have a look. And Elias Parthamos, just lovely left foot across the goal. No one's expecting it, and Josh Allen.
Yeah, everyone expected a shot to come from Parthamos, but he squared it to Josh Allen, and this time Josh Allen, on his preferred left foot, goes crackety-pop to the back of the net. And Pascoe in big trouble, 4-0 now. We said in round 3 it was 10-0.
That could very be that in the first half, Pete. There's a Ruggiero now under the pump.
Round 10, it was...
it's got to be careful there.
Ruggiero playing with fire.
Wow. Lindbergh would have been sweating bullets that time, going across goal.
No one... We haven't seen Daniel USA on the pitch now, so there's got a bit of subs to come in. Does the ball go through? Flashy flash won't allow it. Clips it over the top, out of danger.
So you mentioned, Pete, 6 teams.
Yes.
Super Sixers. Super Sixers. So that means, is there potential for 3 other teams to also be relegated other than Pascoe?
This,
2 other teams.
So how this will morph into something bigger, but the introduction of this will coincide with the current Series Futsal Victoria. So this will be a break of Series Futsal Victoria.
So we're having a break.
It will be a break, and this most likely will run over 2 weeks only.
Oh, so it's just like a super series here,
super
sort of like
series, and it will be
our own little World Cup version.
It will be bigger than World Cup, bigger than Champions League. It will be Series Futsal.
Wow!
Not any type of futsal.
Series Futsal.
This is Series Futsal. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge.
Do we have? Can we let people know rough dates?
I don't know who's going to be able to win this because the teams will be so evenly matched.
But do you reckon rough dates? I reckon. Do you reckon people?
That's a bit tricky right now. It'll be definitely next year.
Next year, we're looking
early
Jan,
next
maybe.
Year,
Jan,
but not January. Not January.
Jan. So
probably not February.
Not Feb.
So after that, sometime. There's a lot to go in because the schedule over a whole year is very intense in futsal.
So I'm getting messages, Pete. People are more interested in this. They want to know more. So will Series Futsal start? Have a break? Then have World Series Futsal, and then back to Series Futsal. What's the go? People are asking all these questions.
They're the things we've got to work out.
Ooh,
so you're on the money there.
There you have, Pete.
Oh, lovely little play there by Daniel USA.
There you have it, people. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get something out of the Chief, but he's ironclad tonight. He's just giving us little bits and pieces.
Well, the aim of it, so you can get your head around it, we've got plenty of work still to do to the stadium. It's roughly about 50% of where it's going to be with all the production. And Scott Rogan, the flashity flash.
Wow.
Sends Santiago one way and then another way and then goes crackety pop right past the big Viking. Lindbergh can only see that go past his right knee.
And let's have a look here. And he started it off here. Lovely turn there. Scotty Rugged puts on the jets, lets a left foot go, and near post, Lindbergh well beaten. And just like that, they're up 4-0.
Fitzroy in form. We've called them the title favourites from round 1. They haven't let us down, have they?
Allen, big save there from Lindbergh.
Lindbergh still produced at least 3 or 4 saves, so you could just imagine. 5-0 right now. USA with a little nutmeg. Didn't go too far, though. Here's Josh Allen with 2. Scott Rogan with 2 as well. Is it Scott Rogan 2 or 1?
Well, if we just have a check on We Froth, Pete.
Weefroth, get on Weefroth.
As we can see now.
Here's Allen, deep in his own half. He'll start again, finds Scotty Rogan. The flashity flash, the non-whinger now, I've been told. Here's Abu Razak Ahmed, almost giving it away. Son of a gun in the ball. Here is Allen. Allen turns, looking for a hat-trick, and there it is!
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's got his tail up, gives us a bit of a flick of the hairstyle, and he just goes worm burn nuts right through the legs of the Viking. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have a look at the replay. It's a timeout called. Have a look at this bang, crackety pop, and he just sets it up.
The
Touch the badge.
nicely.
Once you touch the badge, you get superpowers.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't go for the legs, just to the side of him. It was a wicked shot. And timeout, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you mad frothers will be back with more. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Series Futsal here, round 17 here at the beautiful stadium here, the Series Futsal Arena. And it's the second game between Pascaval and Fitzroy. Joining me in the commentary box is the Chief Peter Parfmos. Peter, Fitzroy doing it very easily at 6-0. It's starting to become a bit of a ride at the moment.
Yeah, it's 6-0, and you got a feel for Pascaval. They've been such a colourful club, very coveted, most silverware by a mile. The nearest rival is Fitzroy. They've got 7, but nowhere near the Series Futsal Australia Cups. So it's a sad day because this is relegation tonight.
Yep.
And I don't blame Paul Vidic for not rocking up tonight, because it would have been somewhat a sad moment to see such a powerful club go down and have to battle it out. I'm sure they'll be back.
Absolutely, and then that's probably just a warning sign to the other teams. We've seen Carlton do it. You've got to invest in the youth. You've got to have a youth team going. You've got to keep those players regenerated. Scotty Rogan, Mr. I'm not complaining anymore. He's holding on, Pete. He's holding on. There you can see he wants to let go.
He wants to rip it. But he's the non-whinger now, so that's what we've been told. Someone's thrown a comment here, say the new name is the non-whinger.
Non-whinger.
I don't know. It's a bit awkward to say, but we've got to say it here, Sivkorovsky.
We've got it. It's Jimmy Supers coming back on. And Pete, well, you've sent us down a rabbit hole here. We've got questions coming in left, right and centre. They want to know more about these Super Sixers.
Wow.
And you've opened up a can of worms, Pete, because I've got so many questions coming through as that one sails down to the train station. You've got to give us more. The people, they're frothing at the mouth. We've got Theo Laz knocking on the door wanting to know more. We've got people messaging me
got the double lock on.
Mate, this is coming in through thick and fast. I can't keep up with the questions. Tell us more. People are frothing, Pete. They want to know.
Oh, yellow card here. Someone's come on the wrong way.
I think it's a substitution there.
Yellow card of water. I don't think falls for any bad manners. Just technically coming off on the wrong way. All I can say is, Sivkorovsky, just imagine 6 squads as good, if not better, than Fitzroy and Moreland. And I would have said Campbellfield, but after last night, I think Campbellfield let themselves down a little bit. And Campbellfield are probably about 2 players away from being up there. I reckon they need a second keeper, and they definitely need one more player, someone to back up Hayden when he's not around. Hayden Kanja was a big loss.
Need a deep bench
this season. I think if they had 2 players, maybe 3 at max, of that high calibre, they'd be up there and ripping the ears straight off the top of the ladder.
Yep.
But
People want to know, Pete.
Pete, what do they want to know? I'm avoiding it, aren't I?
No, you are avoiding a question, Pete. I'm doing my best, people at
Go
home.
on.
I'm trying to squeeze every bit of information I can out of it. They want to know, is there a possibility that we're going overseas, Pete?
There might be a possibility
Might
that
be overseas,
it might be
jeez.
a travelling show. Could be a circus
Ooh.
of some sort.
Oh,
Oh, Lindbergh
oh.
off the line, Lindbergh.
Speaking of a circus there, Lindbergh almost making a clown of himself, and he just got those legs
Maybe
in the
we
way.
can get a replay of that. That was very close to the line.
Oh,
Oh,
Supers.
lovely play there. Jimmy Supers letting Scotty Rogan in.
I've been
Just
told
right.
he's been called the mouth from the south, Pete.
Who? Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Fair income. And
So, they want to know, overseas, is there a possibility of us
could be a
travelling?
travelling show.
Wow.
Could be a travelling show.
A travelling show, travelling futsal show. Wow.
Could be a travelling. There's a lot to go in.
Is
With
so it's
60-odd players.
60 players, so we know there's 6 teams.
60 players. You
60
need
players, the calibre of
need
Moreland and Fitzroy. And
12 managers and officials.
12
You need roughly around 12 physios.
physio. Oh,
Oh,
Scotty
right
Rogan
across.
there, inches away. Let's have a look at the goal line scramble here from Lindbergh, and he just got all sorts and just
it's
managed
off
to
the
get it.
line, Lindbergh.
So we're going to have
So then you
60
need
players.
a whole production team.
So we've got a media team. They're going to be following around. We're going to have our own little Netflix series, sort of like, the Formula One, how they follow the drivers and the coaches around and everything.
Before it gets to overseas, you'd have to have all these deals in place. So it will be something big, produced at a high quality. At the moment, we're very, very early doors here. Oh, juggled it there. Lewis does well.
Just got those big mitt in the way.
Very
Right.
early doors now. We're talking about a very, very we're infant stage at the moment.
So we know it's 6 teams. We know it's going to be 60 of the best players. Australia,
Yep.
worldwide. We're hearing worldwide.
Definitely
people.
Australia, and to start it off with,
Yep.
there will be
As
some.
Rogan, big save by Lindbergh.
Remember that we had Puller come down, we had Sean Garnier come down.
Garnier.
We had Neto booked,
Neto
but
booked
Neto
in,
had
yeah,
unfortunately
unfortunately.
accident before the time, and then here we go. now.
We did have a Solomon Island player for Western Wolves a couple of weeks ago.
There was Solomon Island players anyway at the time there, so I should
Yeah.
mention them. And no doubt about it, there are quality players in Asia playing in
And Big H, Harabotis,
Stone Cold Big H.
the simplest of tap-ins.
Have a look at him. No emotion, no nothing. Just walked back.
Just a casual, I'll tap it in.
Have a look at this. No frills. Does the job every week in, week out. Alan, let's it go. Flashity flash, and there you go. Bang, crackety pop. And 7-0.
Yeah, it's still got plenty of time left to go before half-time. They lead 7-0.
7-0. Could be 14.
Could very be. So we know, right. So just to make sure people are on the same page, Pete, we've got 6 teams.
Yep.
60 of the best players, definitely from Australia, and a couple from worldwide.
For the first one you're
For the
talking
first
about.
one,
This will
first
morph
one.
into something bigger.
It's going to be over a 2-week period
Wolf.
next year, around maybe after Jan. So we're looking Feb, maybe March.
Yep,
So around that time.
Yeah, roughly around there. It's going to be
Yep.
scheduled into the big schedule.
All right. So we know we're going to be playing at this beautiful stadium here in Sirius Futsal.
It'll be launched here, no doubt whatsoever.
Absolutely. First game has first round.
Oh, hell of
well,
a
we
start.
don't know how many games there is, Pete. You're telling us it's 10 teams.
Well, if there's 6 teams, I said.
6 teams,
If there's
sorry.
6 teams, they play each other twice.
So 12 games
12 games.
over a 2-week period.
Oh,
So,
Lindbergh with a big save. Yep.
so could be a possibility we play one round here at the magnificent Sirius Futsal Stadium and one round potentially overseas. That's
Not the first time. I
not the
will have
first
to
time?
say that's down the
Okay.
track. Because
Down the track. All right. Well,
we're going to be realistic. We're
I'm
going to.
asking the questions.
Well,
People want to know. People
Well, I
want to
know I get held accountable with what I say, so I want to make sure I'm
No
not
one's listening.
misleading. Yeah,
So
no one's
people-
listening anyway.
People want to. They ask you.
I want to be misleading.
They're pressuring me to ask these tough questions here. So you're going to be. So the first series will be here in this marvelous, beautiful stadium here at Sirius Futsal here in Thomastown.
Yep.
We're going to have to build a car park for the amount of people that are going to come here and
Oh,
watch.
absolutely. I think online it's going to go crazy. But just think about it. All of Australia's top players, we've got to cram in 60-odd players. Now, with those 60 players, what we're not remembering, what we're not thinking, is that 12 of them are going to be keepers.
12 going to be keepers, so 12 keepers.
12 keepers.
Moreland have a
48 players.
Moreland going to have
Oh, Stone Cold!
Once again, Big H.
He just goes crackety pop, and Josh Allen turns provider. And this is becoming a procession.
At half time now, whistle sounds. Couldn't have come quicker here for Pascoval. And you can see here, Josh Allen and Big H, just like a spider, just patiently waiting in attacks at the last second. And they put 8 away here. Ladies and gentlemen, first half done and dusted. We're going to go to an ad break. We'll be back after these messages. I'm doing my best. I'm getting more information out of him. We'll have more for you after this break. Equation is just getting harder and harder as Lewis makes a big save.
Oh, here's another goal.
That's it.
That's massive here. They've been thumped now. And they lost 5-0 in July. It looks like they might go down 5-0 here in the end of October.
Yep, so you can see here they pushed it hard and Lewis got the doctor. And that's just knowing where the goal is by the doctor. He wasn't even facing, just
Oh, no free kick says it's Abbott. What a mop up. Abbott, what a great play, little Abbott. Look at it, Abbott. Look at Abbott. Abbott. No way. Oh, there it is. Oh, what a way to score. Holding the ball. The bra and Whedon over the top. Buddy Abbott. It's got to be good here. And oh! Fitzroy champions.
How do you prepare yourself for this tournament?
These girls have been training weekly, and we've been putting them to play against under 14 girls and under boys. I think that gives them best preparation. So when they come to these kind of tournaments and they're playing with girls the same age as them, they have that little bit of an edge.
Well done. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed the tournament and hope to see you guys next year.
Definitely go Dragons.
Hey, go Dragons!
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Serious futsal here for round 17. Second game of the evening between Pascoval and Fitzroy. And at the moment, Fitzroy are absolutely running rampant here and just nailing that coffin shut on Pascaval season, and they look certainly to be relegated. With me in the commentary box is the Chief, Peter Parfmos. Peter, it's just been a training exercise here for Fitzroy. They put him to the sword early.
No, it's definitely 8-0 first half. I don't think they're going to ease off. Fitzroy not the type of team that give you a second chance. So Pascaval pretty much after 10 championships and close to
Never been relegated.
23 seasons,
Never been relegated.
will for the first time be relegated and taste State League futsal. Oh, almost. Feridian didn't find the right angle, and on the pitch now for Fitzroy in goals. We've got
Mohamed
Sabri.
Yes. So, Pete, you've opened up a can of worms with the Super Sixers. The messages have been flooding in. Doing my best, ladies and gentlemen, to trying to get something out of the Chief. His lips are sealed tight at the moment. He's giving us bits and pieces, and people are frothing at the mouth, Pete. So we know it's 6 teams. Oh, big
What a
save from
save.
Sabri.
Bit better there from Pascaval.
6 teams, 60 of the best players in Australia, and potentially a couple of overseas big names.
I don't think any league. Oh, Santiago.
And
Gets one back. Welcomes in
what a
Sabri.
finish there from Santiago Breton. And Mohamed Sabri, unfortunately, having to pick the ball up. Let's have a look here. And they got it from a set piece. Maybe that's the one way they can get back in this game.
A bit poor marking here. They've let him run rapid there. Rogan turns the back.
Just across the shoulder there.
Lewis didn't have a lot to do in the first half, and probably Pascaval caught Fitzroy by surprise. 8-1 the score. Sabri got to keep his head up now. There's no chance of Fitzroy losing this game. It would be the greatest miracle to do.
We might as well, if Fitzroy lose this game from here, Pete, we might as well pack up and go home and never return again. So, as we were saying, 6 teams, 60 of the best
You're not
players.
gonna let go,
No, I can't, Pete. There's
right.
people messaging me flat out going, we need more information. They're frothing at the mouth. There will be, over a 2-week period, there will be 12 games we're hearing. So 12 games over a 2-week period, over Feb, March, as Zaki Ahmed pinching that one. So Feb, March, we're looking at it.
There'll be 12 games each.
12 games each, that's right. Yep. Oh, Sabri with a save. So
Now, well, look, that's what we're thinking right
we're
now. That could
thinking,
change.
we're
That could
thinking. I'm
change.
doing my best, people. He's giving
Yeah,
us
that could
bits and
change.
pieces
There's-
here.
There's no guarantee right now, but
We're hearing there's maybe a production, Pete. I'm hearing there's a production crew going to be filming everything.
Well, if
Is
it's
it a
not-
documentary?
well, like,
Is it a Netflix series, Pete?
has anyone ever seen what it takes to start a whole brand new competition
I
from
don't think
scratch?
I don't think people
So-
even know where how
How would
anything
it
works.
start?
Yeah.
Well, imagine a reality TV show where
So this is
you know,
sort
it
of like
starts from a plain canvas. You point 6 managers. These 6 managers then have to go out,
so
followed
we're
by
following
the camera.
We're following. So this
following
is
these 6 managers.
this
They
is
can
sort of
travel
like
wherever they want and pick their
the players.
8 players,
8 players,
2
so
keepers.
2
They've also
keepers.
got to pick their assistant manager.
Assistant manager.
They've got to pick their first aid person.
first aid,
what do you
physio,
call it? The physio.
physio.
They can pick the marketing media manager as well. There'll be a
Media
certain
manager.
amount of positions they have to fill.
So this is sort of like a Netflix series, or sort of like the F1 where they were following around. We're talking that type of.
Well, yeah, like the Ultimate Fighter, or even
the
if you want
UFC,
to, for the blockheads out there, someone like the block, they follow them around.
Yep. Well,
So,
So
not that
we
I've
know-
watched it too much recently, but I assume they follow each team. you know,
Yep,
How they build
alright.
their house. Yeah. So
so
big
oh,
shot
Scotty
there by
Rogan.
Rogan, blocked. So just imagine seeing the whole intricacies, the whole lot, how
The
it
blood
starts,
and guts of everything.
blood and guts, the trials and tribulations of each
Right.
manager getting rejected by player after player, or
Players demanding money, maybe, Pete, or big contracts.
well, that I'm not so sure that will be live because obviously there'll be some confidentiality agreements in
Is
place.
there
There will be
a
there will be
limit on how
vaguely.
much people can spend on their budget? Is there a budget? Is there like a salary cap is what I'm trying to...
Well, the
figure
whole
out.
point is that the managers will be appointed, but there will be dedicated 6 big companies that will finance each manager.
6 companies. So it's
So in actual fact, to be quite honest, it starts before the manager. It starts with the company.
the
that
company.
are-
So we're talking Man City, PSG style takeovers here where they're going to be throwing money. So someone say, for example, Scotty Rogan.
Yep.
How much would he be worth?
That's a good question. And now, where would he go into the draft? How would it work?
Oh,
How would the
draft,
negotiation? That's
yeah.
a lot to work
Wow.
out.
Got a
Now,
draft.
will he be the number one player picked up? Or
Well,
are there
how do-
players from overseas going to be before him?
So we're going to have a sort of a ranking system
There
of
could be-
players.
Look, if you think about it, you don't have to use your brain, but there's players that are playing in Asia at the moment. You know, for example, let's use Ricardinho. He's coming to the end of his tenure, but definitely got the quality to play in the Series Futsal Arena.
So we're not going overseas the first time around, but the potential for us to go overseas.
There will be an overseas first time. I don't think there'll be that many overseas.
that many overseas
Yep.
trips. All right, so we've got a
Trips,
opportunity.
no. Players, yes.
So
Players from
overseas
overseas,
players.
yes.
Well, he's giving us hints here, people. I'm doing my best trying to get it, but he's just feeding us here, drip feeding us, and the froth's just pouring out. People are asking the questions here, Pete, and
Yeah.
it's
There's a lot of
Josh Allen.
questions. Here's
Yeah.
the non-whinger.
Oh, and
what
he
a goal. Look at that.
Puts that one away.
Puts the big sticky tape across the mouth and bangs him in the back of the net like he does it just for fun.
Yep.
Another big goal there. Hard to get excited at 9-1. But Fitzroy are not going to die wondering. They want that big scoreline. Have a look at this. Rogan takes over and goes bang past Lindbergh.
And just put it in the sweet spot there. So we're having big companies financing this. So players could be earning a big wage over that 2-week period.
That's all negotiable. All
negotiable. We're potentially having a trade. So sort of like the NBA
That's the
style.
part that we're not sure what
We're not
format it will
sure,
have. But there's got to be
Rogan, big save.
There's got to be an easy way where the financiers with the manager and their team,
Yep.
their panel, and 6 of these setups, and that should be documented and recorded of how that even comes to fruition.
Yep. So we're
How
gonna-
are these companies appointed?
Yep.
How do they go about appointing their manager? How then, together with that manager, they appoint their team,
Yep.
which is their coaching team, their back promotion marketing team,
Yep.
their physio team, and then how do they go about appointing these players?
Wow.
And this all recorded live for you to see week in, week out show.
Wow.
And
So-
then they've got to go on the pitch and do the business.
So then we go. So
And
Rogan now. Let's try to
obviously
square it.
the companies aren't going to want to spend the big bucks without there being a reward.
Oh, so there's prize money on offer. You're hearing,
Could
Pete?
be some
prize money
could
on
be.
offer
This
too.
is a
Wow,
lot of work to be done.
I don't think we've ever seen that before. Prize money is Bezapor there, just slicing that one wide. So
No, there has been prize money before. There was some big sponsors in the earlier days of the FAFL and the V League, and that did dry up as time went on.
So we've got prize money on offer. 60 of the best players, 6 teams, endless money pit for the companies as Bezapor squares it up. Big save there
Massive
from Mohamed Sabri.
Great save by Sabri. Made up for that goal earlier on. Not that it was his fault, but he's done well. That was a certain goal, that one.
Wow, so
Maybe we get a replay of that if we get a chance.
so we're going to have a big media production here.
Yep.
You're going to have,
Well, you want an insight.
yep,
There's so much that
wanna
goes
know,
on
yeah.
into running just one team. And at this level, what you're watching now. So
Jeez.
imagine now we step it up.
Oh, good
another
save against
opportunity.
Sabri. You're going to have to upgrade the coffee machine, Pete, with the amount of people that'll be here watching this.
Well, I'm not so sure we'll be only coffee on tap.
Ooh,
So there might be a couple of, might be some prawn sandwiches
prawn sandwiches.
and
Yeah,
some,
we're
and
moving
some
up
vino.
into vino. Wow, Pete, you really, it's going to be a VIP section anywhere, you know, maybe for the...
That's,
for those,
that's stage 3 anyway. We've opened our mouth and said that one already.
Yep. So, wow, what's something to look forward to? Obviously, we're talking about Feb, March here, so not early Jan. So he's giving us hints here, people. Keep your questions coming through.
Now, we're talking about a bit of a mixture of the early start of this to when it starts really taking off. So a lot of things we're mentioning now, we're sort of jumping from the start of it to the sort of the launch of it. Like there's going to be peaks and troughs. There'll be a trial of it. I believe that personally, just in Australia alone, there's 48 on-field players that if they're selected properly, and 12 keepers, I think that you're going to have one big battle, game in, game out. The only thing is going to be a boring game.
No, I don't think we'll see big scores like this. So if it is, it will be something drastic would occur. So it's going to all be televised live. I
All
presume.
televised,
All televised live.
show recorded.
Show recorded. So we're going to have a show there. So it might be just a preview show before the games.
Previous show, we'll also be showing how the weekly, how it all went during the week.
During the week, so a recap of the
Training,
week.
training.
as well. All right, so
It's
training.
a lot. I think people will be interested in seeing, especially when the big names and players are featured. And this won't work unless some of the best players in the world grace this court. It's hard to believe, but I don't know.
Rogan.
Rogan's
Just wide.
It is hard to believe, but back in 2016, we had some big stars
We
that
did
we
indeed.
trialled something called Futsal Oz Live. And if people have
Who
got a
could
good memory,
forget
they'll
about
know
that
what
one?
happened. That was Fakal and Douglas Costa that we
Costa.
brought here. He was showcased on the Hockey Netball Centre. And that was a trial for us, just to see, do we continue with this model? And I think we can.
Absolutely. Trying to think what else, Pete. We've pretty much all those
We've covered
questions.
everything,
Yeah, we have covered most
We've
of them.
said too much now.
Oh, I think you've opened up the biggest can of worms ever. As Ruggiero just giving a don't argue, and Scotty Rogan just looking across the Gatsis there, letting him know.
Nice control there by Ruiz. Sergio Ruiz will turn and clip, and it's not going to beat Sabri because it's wide.
One thing we haven't mentioned, Pete, is going to be played midweek or on the weekends? Is it a Friday night game, a Saturday, or is
Well,
it Sunday evening
think-
prime time?
I think these games might have one or two games featured. It wouldn't be all four at one night.
Ooh, so feature games.
Well,
Wow.
I think it will draw a massive crowd each because the calibre will be so high that people will be frothing at the mouth to come and watch it.
Yep. Wow. So so be 4 games.
No, not 3 games
So
because it's 16.
sorry, 16. So it'll be 3 games. 2 featured, 1 won't be.
No, all 3 games will be featured, but on separate nights.
On separate nights now, you're saying, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay, so separate
Well,
nights.
You're going to have to make the trek out here if you want to watch,
So
or you'll sit back home and enjoy the ride.
wow, so 3 games, separate nights, 6 teams, 60 of the best players in Australia.
Some big names, and when I say 48 court players, 12 keepers, that makes the 60, 10 per team.
Well,
You'll have some emergencies as well for the injuries.
chance there. It's, that one goes wide for Ruiz. So, well, Moreland have got a quarter of the keepers.
Well, look, I don't think that it will pan out like it is right now. I think there will be a need for players to move to clubs that will be able to attract them. And
Well, there's a draft, as you mentioned. There is a draft, so you're not
and look,
guaranteed.
it's got to be the player. It's got to be players. Got to agree to it too. They're not going to just be forced anywhere. They're going to put their hand up and say, "Yep, we're up for it." And there will be some type of drafting process with a financial component. So, yeah, it's a lot to fathom right now, and we've probably said way too much. Probably scared a few people as well. So. But-
Maybe we've got people hyped up. Maybe people will
Maybe.
think about it that are playing interstate. And there's Rogan now.
Oh.
Oh, good save, Ruggiero on the line.
On the line there.
Oh, lovely work from Ruiz there, pulling out the tricks.
Lovely
Through.
ball.
Oh.
Just a bit too long for Bezapur to stretch out that Yupa-Dupa leg.
Maybe people now, might start to look at their fitness level, their skill level, and be like, maybe we need to get prepared for this.
Oh, the non-whinger's at it. He's become the whinger again, but there is a card. He might have a right. Is there or not? Let's have a look. There is a free kick actually awarded there to Fitzroy. So free kick awarded there on the far side. Scott Rogan going down, wiping some court dust. But there's a lot's been said, Sivkovsky. I've said too much.
I think the people now have something extra to look forward to.
Well,
And
there's no surprise that this arena has been dedicated the way it is. So before COVID, this was a complete different setup. So there's a reason why this is more a studio feel. And it's not even finished. Like we can see right through to the other courts right now. That you won't be able to see that in the next few weeks. They'll be all canvassed out. We might put a big picture of Yusuf Koroska.
No, I don't think you want to scare. Oh, big save there from Lindbergh. I don't think you want to scare the people, Pete. Not my ugly
Just a
mug.
big smiley face, mate.
Nah. Oh, chance, and what a finish that was. Scotty Rogan absolutely showed no mercy on that one.
Big smile on the face. He's creeping up in that top goal scorers list. He's done himself no harm today, Scotty Rogan. He's up to about 27 or odd goals now. I haven't got the final figure here, but he's well and truly up near the 30 mark.
Ruiz there, and Scotty Rogan, first time volley through the cake hole there. And now it's starting to really get ugly at 10-1 with 7.5 minutes left to go.
Last time they met, it was 4-1, and before that, in the first series, it was 10-0. Now it's 10-1. 1 goal difference at least. This time, Pascal managed to score one. So, right now, head-to-head, Fitzroy have kicked against Pascal 24 goals and only conceded 2.
Jeez.
So the series all up is 24-2.
And they've done on a number of Camberfield as well. I think that one is
That's about, 15
16-2 from memory. So they're doing a number on...
Well, a lot of them, a few goals did go in from the fifth man too,
Yeah.
so it does look bad. But there were about 4 or 5 goals that could have been prevented, but they rolled the dice and went for it. And unfortunately, Andre Caro was just popping them in from his own end there.
Not even looking there, just sometimes, as Josh Allen winning that one back. Caro.
Oh, he's giving it away there. Allen's on the ground, so Diago's going to go pop.
Good
Caro.
block there from the doctor, making amends.
And Caro playing against the team that he's won most titles with. We didn't mention that either.
Yes, probably a bittersweet moment for him. If he wins the title this year, Pete, does he take over Joel Da Silva in the series futsal titles? I think he does with 11 from
Yes,
memory.
I think he does. He undisputed. He might become the Andre Caro silverware man.
So he might have to hand over his title there. Joel Da Silva. As Arugio now finds Bilyansky, just can't get it under his foot.
Done a great job. Fitzroy kept Bilyansky and Ristich very quiet today.
Josh Allen out to bring it back into play in the
Also,
final.
last time these two met, a couple of red cards. Araujo was sent off for a massive shove.
Oh, that's
another
a good
goal.
finish there. Josh Allen, he puts it away and he makes it 11.
It's the highest margin so far against these two. It was 10-0 round 3, 4-1 at round 10. And now 11-1. It's a cricket score.
Good
now
assist there.
people are messaging us saying, let's get these Super Sixes in as quick as possible, because we don't want to see these massive scorelines. Let's go to an ad break. You mad? It's 1-11. That's the score, not the time. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Serious futsal here for round 17. In the second game of the evening between Pascal and Fitzroy. And at the moment, Fitzroy are absolutely decimating a hapless Lions here. They lead 11-1 with 5 minutes left to play. their season is all but done and dusted. They will be officially relegated after this game.
Yep.
And for the first time in the club's history, they will go down to the State League. And Bilyansky could be in trouble here with a yellow. No, it's Ristic, sorry.
Ristic with a red card. That's his second or third red card of the season.
Is it a red card or a yellow? I think he gave me yellow.
He's gotten a red. Looks
Oh,
like
it's
he
a
might
red.
have had a yellow.
So Pascoval Knights goes from bad to worse.
And I think Pascoval have received the most red cards in the competition. And usually the team that is in the battles, you tend to find these red cards and disciplinary issues. And it's frustration, really, at the end of the day.
And he's just going to have a chat to the Wizard there about his performance so far as Elias Parthamos, son of a gun, lays it off to Scotty Rogan. Rogan again, good block
save.
there by Lindbergh, kept in by Parthamos. Allen now, back to Parthamos. Oh,
What handball is it?
that's going to be a
red
handball there. He's just straight out, and it's back-to-back red cards.
Let's catch a replay of that as
Well,
well.
it's just all falling apart here for
Santiago's
Pasco.
second red card for the season. And Stefan Ristic has received his third red card.
Let's have a look here. And
this is frustration just building up.
yeah,
That's all it is. You're playing against a quality side.
and not even attempting to hide that
He
one.
just thought, I'm not copping that on the chest.
And that just Knight goes from bad to worse for Pascoval.
And these 4 minutes 33 on the clock are going to be played
It'll be the longest 4:33 minutes of their
with
lives.
3 players on the pitch here. A goal will go in and will bring, I'm pretty sure will bring both back. Or is it one back? Now, I've got to go back. The memory's got to really think about how that works now. And if both teams get a red card, no one comes back on.
There's Rogan. Oh, and he squeezes it through. Scotty Rogan makes it 12.
Scotty Rogan's creeping up in that top goal scorer.
Yes, he could be taking over Uberi Cicic there, so
Ristic on 3 red cards officially here on the stats here. And unfortunately, Santiago on 2. Pascal been dished out heavy blows on the red card situations.
yeah, just ill discipline here as Rogan now. Oh, good work by Lindbergh.
So it looks like they get only one back. If there's another goal, they'll get another person back. That's most likely the rule. Obviously, if it's happening, it is the rule.
It's a goal per card as Rogan squares it. Oh, Caro just
Caro, very close. And a big fizzer, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, for a Pascoval supporter. Pascoval had massive crowds in the early days. They have dwindled away. It's very hard to follow a team that isn't performing on the pitch.
They will be playing State League after this as
Oh,
Rogan,
there it
and
is.
he's just had a game
What's he kicked now? He's kicked.
probably above 30, I reckon. He was on 26 at the start of the round, so let's have a look here. Scotty Rogan as Andre Caro looks for the pass. Allen squared it right in the middle and just got a foot to it, and you can see just the hapless Lions now have been mauled here by Fitzroy, and Fitzroy not holding off. They lead 13-1.
Pascoval get all their players back on the pitch. They can't really afford to get too many more red cards.
Oz Rogan gets around as Lindbergh.
They won't have any bench players to come on.
There's Rogan on his own, and Rogan puts it
Rogan.
away.
He's kicked about 6, I reckon.
And Scotty Rogan makes it 14. And that coffin has been nailed, cemented, whatever you like, shut.
Now, mathematically, Pascoval are done and dusted.
They're
They are relegated.
They've been relegated for the first time in the club's history.
Sad day for the Pascoval, the Lions. The 2 big cats go at it. The Tigers bite the Lions by the neck and rip it straight off tonight.
And
No mercy.
They will be playing State League. They'll be back. They'll be better for it. And
How's that going to
unfortunately-
look? It's rumours Paul Vidic will throw in the towel. Much needed rest. He's had a over 10-year campaign.
It's Bezapor now. Can he
Yupa
get a
Dupa
Upa
time?
Dupa?
Almost.
Oh,
Got it.
Sabri.
Sabri have to be careful. Those Yupa Dupas, they're tricky, slippery
Yeah.
customers.
Just bobbled up for him and still going, Bezapor.
You have to feel for Bezapor.
Oh,
He's done
good
well.
tackle there.
Bezapor's
Still
strong.
going. Can he get it through?
Oh, and very nearly. Bezapor tries his hardest every week in, week out.
Rogan
Scott Rogan always stepped on the ball, somehow
has
kept it.
just wide.
Wasn't passing. He's looking for that top goal scorer.
He wants it badly. And, Lindbergh just gave it
Oh,
away.
stone cold.
And
Big Hayes.
Harry Robotis just slots it away.
It's very casual. It's like just passing the ball, isn't it?
Just, yeah, you have it. I don't want it.
Have a
And,
look at this.
well, we said it earlier on. It was going to be a cricket score, and eventually it did occur. You just got to feel now Rogan.
Pitch perfect.
And Rogan,
Another goal in the background, ladies and
Can't
gentlemen.
even keep up with
16-1. It's an absolute demolition to say goodbye to Pascal. Of course, they've got still around 18, 19, 20, 21 to play. Bartimos pinches the ball through the legs of Bezapor. Gives it to Scotty, the non-complainer. He does a chamois, puts Lindbergh on one side and just finds an empty net.
oh, good
And,
save by Sabri.
You have to feel for Pascal. Paul Vidic at home watching this probably turned it off already.
As Rogan now pushing on. Oh, good save there by Lindbergh.
Scott Rogan on 28 goals here on. If the stats are correct, it might not be 100%
I don't
correct.
think it is. I think he's above 30.
He's above 30. Well, he's leapfrog over Ubedi here on the week.
Oh, there's another one there.
No, just missed, I
Oh,
think.
Looked like it was
Just went
going
wide. It looked like it went in from that angle. Lindbergh, 55 seconds on that clock. Kengira, he's been held so well by the Tigers. The Wingers, they're back. Oh, he's got it. Every time he's wins, he's gotten it. Bartimos. He's trying to play stone cold Big H. Not on the same page there. Goes right through to the keeper.
in. Well, another 50 seconds left for Pascal to be put out of their misery. And that will officially be relegated as now.
Kira.
Oh. Piliansky there, just couldn't get enough power behind it.
He was trying to chip nice and calmly. Oh, Araujo's going to go pop now. Here it is. Oh, and Araujo just wide. Did all the hard work. Rogan.
Got son of a gun waiting for it. Eventually gets there to him. Araujo. Got to get rid of it. Oh, pinched again from Parthmos. He lays it off Rogan. Oh, tried to do the cheeky flick, but just had too much height on it.
Too many party tricks now.
And
Well, who's to blame him? They're 16-1 up with 16 seconds on that clock. And Gira.
well, it's all over. And there it is, Scotty
Oh,
Rogan.
what's he kicked? You've got to count him. Sikorovsky's kicked 7.
We Froth can't even keep up with him at the moment. It's just a
He's
minute.
kicked 7.
He's just had an absolute field day today. And Scotty Rogan, you can see here, shot by Biliansky, and then, and that one goes wide.
Don't know when the last time a player kicked 7 goals. That's
Biliansky now.
Wolf and just wide in the
wide.
background. Biliansky just misses. So, let's have a look here.
And there it is. Fitzroy absolutely demolishing Pascal, and to unfortunately relegate him for the first time in the club's history back to State League. It's been probably one of the saddest days for the club. They've never been relegated since inclusion of Series Futsal, and for the
Looks like-
first time
Yeah,
they
Scott
have been
Rogan
relegated.
with 8 goals, it looks
8
like.
goals and leading the Golden Boot race. It's a solid performance by Fitzroy. They continue on. They have their 3-point lead at the top of the table. They're sitting pretty. And we'll have a player interview right after this. Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. equation is just getting hard. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've got Josh Allen from Fitzroy. Josh, what can we say? It's a big result there for you guys, 17-1. Talk us through it.
Look, I think we should have just tried to keep that momentum on from last night's win in the Club's Cup. We knew that, again, Pascoe Vale being last, but both other games have given us a good run for our money. So we knew coming into it we'd have to work for it really hard. I think today we were really clinical, so we put away our chances. So I think everyone's really happy with that performance.
You mentioned being clinical. What was the message from Gab? Did he just say, look, boys, forget about where they're at, just keep playing our game and we'll continue on from that?
Yeah, definitely, because of course the end goal is to win all the rest of our games, stay win the league. So I guess it's just taking it one game at a time. Every game shouldn't, and like the end goal shouldn't be the focus. Taking it this game, the next game. Yep. So I think there's 4 games to go. So 4 wins is what we're striving for.
Well, congratulations, big win from you guys. Good luck for next week. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We've got plenty of futsal left to go right after this.